I'm in my room watching YouTube videos. Right now, I consider myself a very good Muslim. Then I start watching a video. I used to love video. The video ends, and I make one of the best decisions of my life, going to the mosque to pray. I change up my entire routine and I start with just Zohar. This was a year ago, and right now I'm praying all the prayers in mosque except for Fajr. And for Fajr, I am trying currently. Okay, so the first thing we have is something named the minimum standard principle. And I'm not the one who found this, and neither am I the one who named it. I just found it, and now I am telling it to you. And it is a principle that is found again and again in the lives of the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him. And what is it? It is that you set a minimum standard for yourself, and on the days you are feeling good, you go above that standard. And then on the days you are not feeling so good, you fall back to that standard. For example, let's say that you make a decision that I want to start reading Quran, and you set a minimum standard for yourself. Okay, I'm going to read at least one ruku every single day. That is my minimum standard. And then let's say a week later, you are feeling really good and your iman is on a high and that stuff. You read 3 rukus, 5 rukus, 10 rukus, as many rukus as you want to. But let's say that the next day you wake up and you are not feeling so good about your iman, like your iman is not on a high. You fall back to that standard. You fall back to that one ruku, but never do you go below that one ruku. So your actionable step is set a minimum standard for everything. Set a minimum standard for the prayers. Set a minimum standard for going to the mosque. Set a minimum standard for Quran, for zikr, for all of those things. Like the minimum standards for me are like for my prayers is the 5 prayers. Like no matter what happens, I will never miss any of those 5 prayers. Nothing is more important than those 5 prayers. Even if I have to do anything to pray those 5 prayers, I will do that. And then for Quran, it's like half a para. And even though on most days I go above that, a lot above that, but still, that is my minimum standard. Like if on some day I am not feeling good at all, and I will fall back to that half a para, but never will I go below that half a para. Never will there be a day that I have not read Quran on that day, unless I'm traveling or something like that. And this leads us to the next point, which is become consistent with Quran and Fajr. Like if you want to know how much Allah remembers you, find out how much do you remember Allah. How much Quran do you read in your entire day? How many times do you go to the mosque in the entire week? Or are you the person who just goes to the mosque every Friday? How many prayers do you pray every single day? Or are you just the person who just prays whenever he has time, whenever he is free, whenever he wants to? And to sum up the importance of these 5 prayers in just one sentence, you can never become consistent with Islam if you are not consistent with these 5 prayers. No matter what mental gymnastics you try to do, like at least bro, start praying the first. Like have some honor, have some dignity for yourself, have some standard for yourself, and at least start praying the first prayers. And then let's say that you want to become consistent with Islam, but your first friend listens to music, your second friend scrolls all day, your third friend vapes, your fourth friend is in a haram relationship, and your fifth friend watches movies all day. Who will be you? Will you be the person who is like totally Islamic and all of that stuff? No, you will be the average of all of those 5 people. Because as you all know, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so, yeah, what type of content will you be watching? Will you be watching Islamic content? Or will you be watching the type of content you are not supposed to watch, which contains the opposite gender, music, and that stuff? Because as you know that you are the average of the 5 people, you watch the most as well. And so, change those people first, because you have more control over that. Like, if you just suddenly make a decision to stop watching the 5 most people you used to watch and to stop 5 other people who are making you better, nobody will come to you and say to you that why have you done this? No, because it's completely your choice. The people you watch is all up to you. Nobody can force you to watch a particular person. And so as you have more control over that, change that first. And this is what I say, that we have to make being religious cool again. No, listening to music is not cool. Putting on an Instagram story of you vaping is not cool. Being in a haram relationship is not cool. But going to the mosque to pray, even though when you were super busy, that's cool. Not listening to music, that's cool. Not being in a haram relationship, that's cool. Rejecting a haram relationship is even cooler. And so, yeah, it's completely your choice. All I can do is just tell you. But I'm on the other side of the screen. You're on the other side of the screen. I cannot force you to make a particular decision. And then for in real life friends, to be honest, I don't know yet. I don't know how to find a group of friends that who are on the right path, who will make you better. Like I was blessed enough to already have a group of friends who are who were trying to get better, and all I had to do was just join them, and that is all. And so if there is such a group in the area you live or in your campus or anything like that, just join them. And if you don't have that choice, if you don't have that group of friends, maybe go and join the Brotherhood in the description. Like there are people there who are working on business, who are working on fitness, who are on self improvement, and who are trying to get better as Muslims as well. Like there are weekly challenges in there, in which I sometimes give you Islamic challenges, sometimes self improvement challenges, stuff like that. And so I think if you want to become consistent, if you want to become better as a Muslim and still be on self improvement and still be on the right path, that is one of the best communities out there for you. And then finally, know that if you want to become closer to Allah, He also wants to become closer to you, because He said that if you run to Him, He will run to you. And so take action, do those actionable steps which are at the end of the video. And yeah, if you want to join a community of like-minded people, as I already explained, click the first link in the description. And so take action, do good, and I'll see you in Jannah.